welcome to episode 46 of What If Civilization Started Over. Let's get into it. So, today's going to be a short episode because, I already tried to record this, but apparently Wasabi exclusive mode on my Windows education thing doesn't want to work. So this is my second time recording this, and some stuff has changed. And in that video recording, I did power rankings. The strongest country in the world currently is Iberia, so the red country. Second is Iran. Third is France. Fourth is Ireland. Fifth is Italy. Sixth is Bulgaria. Seventh is the red team, the OG red team that now has its empire here. Yeah, that's the seventh strongest country in the world. Russia has 8 because they're kind of exhausted from the war. Israel, or the dark red country, is 9th strongest, and the dark gray Indian country is the 10th strongest. Yeah. So, before I, figure that stuff out, let's go over the World War I peace treaty. So in North America, when I get alliances up, the American country doesn't exist. So, and Yemen is out of here. Oh, and I'll explain these arrows later. So, now the entirety of North America is controlled by the Triangle Alliance. If we go to South America, the Iberians take some land, and Yemen is gone out of the Americas. And speaking of Yemen, they're gone. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Iberia takes the western parts of Australia, and Papua New Guinea takes more of the eastern parts. The Yemen loses their colonies in the Philippines, the pink team, the Thailand country, and also the Indonesians. And also, in that recording, the right triangle alliance just kind of collapsed. And the Diamond Alliance lost this country. When we get to Africa, the treaty that the purple team signs looked like this. And also down here, France's colony is bigger, and the Iberians control the entire East Africa. And the Irish colony is only just a tiny bit bigger. Yeah. You go to Asia, like expected, Yemen is out. Yemen is gone out of here. And Korea. And also this country, the dark blue country that was once here, that's darker than the light blue country united with this country in that video recording. Yeah. Well, let's go to here because the yellow country became big. And these countries are the only real Central Asian countries left. The green country was annexed into Russia, and Iran became massive in Central Asia. Yeah. And also this red country doesn't exist anymore. If we go to here, we also have this. Yeah, Yemen is just gone, split up. And Iran takes more of their old lands in Arabia, making their empire even bigger. But yeah, if we go to Europe, Iberia now has this land of the yellow team. There's a new lime yellow thing here. France becomes big and gets a bunch of Britain, and the Irish basically become, I think, the Celtic Empire, the Scottish, Irish, Welsh, Northern English Empire. I don't know. We have the red team here, which is one of the strongest countries in the world. We can see by power rankings, they're the 7th. Yeah. There's a bunch of small countries here in Europe now, basically partitioned from the gold team in Poland. The purple team, Corsica doesn't exist. And also the purple team gets a bunch of Balkan land. The blue country doesn't exist, and the Iraq country is replaced with this one. Russia gets a little bit of land in Caucasia, and a land in Poland. This border here, though, doesn't change. Well, at least I think it doesn't change. I'm pretty sure it probably changes. Yeah, now Scandinavia, because the Square Alliance was the winner of this war, this great country now exists. And they're more supportive of Russia for allowing them to exist. This blue country still exists, just not in its original origin area, towards the central area, Serbian area of the Balkans. Yeah, the Balkans. Yeah. Now let's explain these arrows and lightning, this lightning stuff. This is not supposed to be over that. I'll fix that later. So, an economic alliance was made to kind of stop the nuke, to make the economy better, because we're in the Great Depression now in this world, and the up arrows are the up arrow alliance. It's an economic alliance to try to fix the economy of the world. This happens because Yemen collapsed. And in that community post I made, which nobody responded to, some stuff I wouldn't have had, like if somebody said Yemen, they wanted Yemen to survive, I would not do that, because that would completely change this entire scenario. So yeah. Yeah, and now basically pretty much all of Africa is in it. Yeah. And South America and North America and a pretty big chunk of Europe. The Lightning Alliance here is an economic alliance also made by Iran. The Bulgarians surprisingly don't join any economical alliance, even though they probably should. But the Iran economical alliance is everywhere. Now, let's get the power rankings back on, because why not? Yeah. Now maybe we should get the power rankings off, but now we have an ideology layer. Yeah. Decided to add this for reasons. Yeah. Democracy is pretty popular in these Central European countries, and elsewhere, not really anywhere else. There's the dictatorships, which not in Europe. This Iraq country, this yellow country, and I'll explain about Iran soon. This brown country, green country, blue country, and also these two Chinese countries, and this country here. By far the biggest ideology, the monarchies, pretty much ruling all of Europe, a bunch of Asia, and yeah. Oh, and there's a democracy down here. I'm going to explain Iran now because Iran temporarily decided to switch from their monarchists. Let me try to figure this out again. Iran decided to switch from monarchy to democracy, and then they had an election, and in that election, a dictatorial regime won. So that's why Iran is a dictatorship now, which may cause some of their alliance in order to switch to a dictatorship. Now time to talk about this new ideology, economicism. This ideology is, well, a country focuses like mostly on the economy. Yeah, people it was made to fix the world out during the Great Depression, and some countries switched. These two monarchies switched to economicism. Some of these democracies did. This red country did from monarchy. These ones from, I think, dictatorship or monarchy, I can't quite remember. Economicism is also popular in these South Asian countries, and Japan and South Korea. Yeah. And these Central Asian countries. And economicism was actually created in this country here. This tiny, tiny South Hong Kong nation. I don't know why it still exists. Probably because I kind of wanted to. Yeah. And that's mostly what happened in the video. So, let me check. I just noticed the green country doesn't have a capital. I don't know why they don't have a capital for some reason. And the Heart Alliance is in the Korean Peninsula is already solved. Yeah, and this Korean country doesn't exist anymore. And also, Japan is united. Yeah. I don't really want to do too much to the map, but that is actually going to do it for today's video. Sorry for the short video, just don't want to change the map and what I have planned for soon, even though I kind of make most of it on the stuff I have on the spot. The stuff I do have planned will be, well, changing the map, and I don't really want to change the map, and except this union is the exception. So, sorry for the short video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I definitely hope you enjoy the next one. Oh, and also another important event. There's a Suez Canal built. The Suez Canal project, I think I talked about it a couple episodes ago. I don't think I did, but if I did, it's now completed. So now we have a Suez Canal, and this Irish colony is now not as rich, which could maybe affect the power rankings a little bit. But like I said, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you in the next episode, and bye.